kind of a unique one because I wanted to show, we talked about the curvature in the back. I don't know if he has scoliosis or something, but it's certainly unusual. So we're looking at the front. The first thing we look at is the collar. Right away, we see a pretty big collar gap going all the way around, so we're going to have to address that. Definitely some breaking in the sleeve, a little big in the chest and the stomach. But I wanted to show him, Lundy, go to the side, oh, back view, okay. Or side view is even more obvious, right? This guy's got what we call an S-curve in the back. So like his upper shoulders are actually like over his heels. So you can see like his upper back and then his lower back kind of bends inward. That's a pretty hard to fit body type. And one of the signals that shows you that, obviously you can see that he's kind of bent backwards, but if you look at the sleeve, the top of the sleeve, it's set for his arm to be filling that gap in the back, but his arm is pushed so forward that it's creating all this mess. It's almost like his shoulder's not in the shoulder hole. That's because he's kicked so far back, but he's actually shoulders forward and neck forward. So that's what tells you it's a spine thing, because normally if a guy's super erect, his head will also be back and his shoulders will be back too. But this guy's shoulders forward, head forward, but upper back kind of leaning back. So that causes a lot of actually really complicated pattern making. We have to erect the posture, move the collar up and forward, move the shoulder forward, rotate the sleeves backwards. It's basically a full recut. So even though, go back to the front, even though the front looks not that bad, as soon as you look at the profile view in the back, you see it's totally off for the guy. And if you leave it on the front, actually, you can see the lapels are like skying outward or upward. They're almost like hanging off his shoulder line. So the whole jacket is like hanging back off him. That needs to be tilted forward. And you can see it even from the front. If you go to the back, the crashing at the seat, that's where, because the jacket's tilted, not tilted properly for him, it's just landing on his kind of butt, right? So you have all this breaking. You need to lift the back of the jacket and put the front down. So you're essentially bringing it up and over to account for the fact that he's so far back. And if you look at the other profile, that sleeve is not so bad, but you still see the big lip in the shoulder hole there, and then the collar's kind of hanging off his neck and also too low. So that's what we would call, I mean, that's a very unique one. It's not just a posture thing, it's more of a spine thing. But this is an example of a very hard to fit guy that you wouldn't necessarily, like, I think he's, kind of your typical height and weight, but the way he stands and his spine shape actually makes this very difficult.